Thanks, guys. In the words of George Harrison, all things must pass, and this COVID strand is doing just that. As of Sunday, our 7-day average is around 10,700 cases, which, if you remember, is around 6,000 cases from last week. Now for some COVID-related news. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on Sunday added their voices to the rising chorus, speaking out against misinformation on COVID-19 and vaccines on Spotify. Later in the day, the streaming service sent the message that it's listening. In a public letter Sunday, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek and the tech giant would be more transparent about its content rules and add an advisory directing listeners.
Hello, Pioneers, and welcome back to your National News Show. My name's Sawyer Brisson.
I'm Ty Martin. Welcome back, and let's get into some news.
Let's kick things off like we do most weeks with some pop culture news. To start, there's speculation that Tom Brady is going to announce his retirement from the NFL very soon. Many football fans are taking to Twitter to lay blame for the end of the beloved quarterback's career on his wife.
Jason Momoa is reportedly living in an RV after his breakup with Lisa Bonet, but it is still more expensive than most homes in the U.S. Photos published by Page 6 seems to show Momoa living in a $750,000 RV parked in his friend's house in Los Angeles, California. Bonet is still staying in their home in Topanga Hills, California.
Joni Mitchell said Friday that she will remove her music from Spotify, joining Neil Young in his protest against the streaming service over its role in giving a platform to COVID-19 vaccine misinformation. On her website Friday, she said that she will remove her music from the streaming service. Quote, "Irresponsible people are spreading lies that are costing people their lives," end quote. She wrote, quote, "I stand in solidarity with Neil Young and the global scientific and medical communities on this issue," end quote.
Her statement adds fuel to the small but ever-growing revolt over Spotify, with a few major artists speaking out but fans commenting widely on social media. The debate has also brought into relief questions about how much power artists wield to control distribution of their work and the issue of free speech online.
After a 31-year dry streak, the Bengals are heading to the Super Bowl. They will play the Rams on February 13th at SoFi Stadium.
Amy Schneider ended a record-breaking 40-day winning streak on Jeopardy, taking home a whopping $1,382,800. She now faces another challenge, figuring out her taxes. Schneider could owe more than $630,000 in state and federal levies on her Jeopardy run alone. According to Scott Haslett, a California CPA and tax attorney, given she will get $1 million paycheck, the Internal Revenue Services could collect up to 37% of her Jeopardy earnings, over $523,600, and her home state of California could take 12.3% of her cash reward, over $625,369.
Now getting into some real national news, the SAT is officially a digital test according to an announcement from the College Board on Tuesday. The College Board snapped plans to offer an at-home version, so students are still required to travel to testing centers to take the SAT. However, the SAT will be reduced in length from 3 hours to 2 hours. Scores will also be available within days rather than weeks.
As more than 1,815 schools have gone test optional this past year, with schools like University of California System and Pitzer College going test blind altogether, this move is designed to increase the popularity of the SAT.
The Ukraine crisis is a classic case of a known unknown. We don't know what Russian President Vladimir Putin intends to do as he gathers troops on the Ukrainian border. Some fears appear to have backed down slightly following key talks that included Russian and Ukrainian officials. But the Pentagon also says the Russian troop buildup continues, and President Joe Biden told his Ukrainian counterpart on a call Thursday that there was a distinct possibility Russia could launch an invasion in February, according to National Security Council spokesperson Emily Horn.
An East Coast blizzard dropped 1 to over 2 feet of snow along the coast. Now cold weather holds a grip on the Mid-Atlantic today and tonight. The National Weather Service Mid-Atlantic River Forecast Center tweeted Sunday, "This is going to cause massive ice and snowstorms, ferocious winds that knocked over power lines in Massachusetts, leaving 88,000 outages in the state late Saturday. Regional shelters and warming centers have been set up for those without electricity in the brutal cold."
A 56-year-old Southern California man has been arrested in connection with the 2005 killing of a woman near Los Angeles after DNA and fingerprint evidence was used to identify him, authorities said. Bertina Epps, 21, was found strangled on April 26, 2005 under a carport in the city of Gardenia, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said.
The case went cold but was reopened in 2021 when investigators re-examined forensic evidence left at the crime scene using new technology, the Los Angeles Times reported Sunday. Charles Wright was identified as the possible suspect and arrested Thursday in Hawthorne.
Now let's throw it over to Chase for your Ohio COVID update.
Thanks, guys. In the words of George Harrison, all things must pass, and this COVID strand is doing just that. As of Sunday, our 7-day average is around 10,700 cases, which, if you remember, is around 6,000 cases from last week. Now for some COVID-related news. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on Sunday added their voices to the rising chorus speaking out against misinformation on COVID-19 and vaccines on Spotify. Later in the day, the streaming service sent the message that it's listening. In a public letter Sunday, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek and the tech giant would be more transparent about its content rules and add an advisory directing listeners to a site with COVID-19 information to any podcast in which the topic was discussed. Now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Chase. Well, Pioneers, that's all we have for you today. For The Juice, I'm Sawyer Brisson.
And I'm Ty Martin. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.